Do you like breathing? Do you value your life? Well, then you should support No Beef in the Forest. No Beef in the Forest does not support clearing the rainforest in order for it to be used to pasteurize cows. Did you know that around 80% of the deforested areas in the Amazon have been replaced and turned into cattle farms?
But I can't live without beef. An essential protein in the diets of many people.
Cattle isn't our only source of meat. There are alternatives for cattle meat such as seafood, chicken, and goat. Or changing your diet to vegetarian or vegan, which have meat alternatives such as tofu.
How are countries like Brazil supposed to make a profit without the cattle industry?
Even though cow meat exportation is a big source of income for the country, vegetation can also be a source of income. Fruits like avocados and oranges, vegetables like corn and potatoes are found in rainforests. This can provide locals with jobs to harvest the produce, which makes it local and makes the country's economy stronger.
Is there any other place suitable for raising cows?
Instead of clearing rainforests for cows, cow pastures can be moved to the United States in places like Texas and Kansas. By doing this, it cuts down the cost of beef production because you don't need to transport the cow from one place to another. When transporting a cow from rainforests to America and other countries, it costs money for the size of the shipment, fuel, and other things. When using planes or cars long distances to move cattle, it also creates pollution, which leads to environmental issues.
Earth's environment is bad enough. What's a little cow farm gonna do?
Rainforests play a big role in the health and sustainability of our planet. Without the diverse vegetation and species whose homes are the rainforests, we would be lacking some of the most important resources for our survival, like the air we breathe and the water we drink. Rainforests also protect us from major climate chaos involving massive amounts of carbon encased in the ground and the trees.
Cattle pastures increase the risk of fire, lowers the quality of the ecosystems, which later results in soil erosion and contamination. This can be harsh on native species of the rainforest such as Amazon river dolphins and jaguars.
Did you know that when cows burp, they release methane, which is a powerful greenhouse gas that will slowly destroy our atmosphere?
Cows are way more important. Why are rainforests even so important?
Rainforests provide livelihoods, food, shelter, and medicine for many local and indigenous groups who have lived off the rainforest for years. It provides many needs and not just to a local standard. Large industries find a way to exploit cattle ranches in the Amazon. While in doing so, it violates human rights of many who are involved with the forest, such as the local indigenous groups and communities.
The native people in places where cows pastures are, like eastern Brazil, have no say in what happens to their country, and even if they did express their voice, it doesn't mean that the government will listen to them. If companies want to be successful, they should listen to the ideas from people who know the forest best. This is achievable through a hearing or survey.
Some main ethical issues of cow pastures is that it causes animal suffering and uses antibiotics to a great extent. In many of these pastures, these animals face abuse and cruelty. The conditions of these ranches are most of the time not sanitary and are in horrible conditions. The use of antibiotics is mostly to prevent disease, but when these animals are turned into food, the antibiotics can be harmful to humans. The conditions these animals are forced to live in are not suitable for their needs. Pastures need more resources than poorer countries can afford. Therefore, they should be held in places like America.
The United States and other developed countries cannot force other nations to follow in their footsteps. They can be a leading example of what to do the more sustainable way. At the next UN meeting would be the perfect time for the United States to share their opinion on the issue. The United States cannot control the decisions of other countries, but they can persuade them.
Wait, what was the last thing?
What do you think about beef?
No beef in the forest.